You can come into a comfortable cross-legged position. If you have something you want to sit up on, feel free to grab a cushion or bolster. And either close your eyes or take a soft gaze towards the floor in front of you. And begin to slow down your breath. Feeling the movement that your breathing creates, the expanding of your inhale. And the releasing and letting go of your exhale. We can set an intention to keep this slow, deep rhythm with the breath throughout the practice. And anytime you notice that your mind has wandered or your breath has gone back to a more shallow, quick pace, slow it down again. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you. Let's begin with eagle arms. We'll take one elbow on top of the other. Put some pressure between the arms like you're going to pull them apart, spreading the upper back. You can use your deep inhale to spread your rib cage as well. Notice which arm is on top, and then release and take a few gentle swings. Bring the other arm on top. Pressure between the elbows, spreading the rib cage. Get as long and wide as you can in your torso. And then release, a couple gentle swings. Bring your hands to the floor behind you, fingers facing forward. Roll your shoulders back and your elbows back. Lift the chest, take the chest as high as you can. Sternum rising up. Maybe a little bit higher, last moment. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back, lean away from your hands on your knees, drop your chin. And then roll your way back up. Let's recross the legs so the other leg is in front or on top, sitting tall. Drop your right ear over to right shoulder. Drop both shoulders, but even more through the left shoulder, looking for a stretch on the left side of the neck. You might even reach your fingers down. Rotate your chin to your chest. Come over to the other side. Both shoulders drop, but now even more through the right side, looking for a stretch there. Rotate chin to chest, come back to the first side, and then go back and forth a couple times. Half circles or 3/4 circles. Watching the sensation move from one side over to the other. Next time your chin is to your chest, stay there. Interlace your fingers behind your head and let the weight of your arms drop. Stretching the back of your neck. Release your arms, head floats back up. We'll bring hands to the floor behind us. Again, shoulders back, elbows back. Lift the heart, take it as high as you can. Sternum rising high. And then release, come up, hands to knees, round back. Roll your way back up. Let's come forward onto hands and knees, tabletop. If you have something to pad your knees with, feel free to grab a blanket or cushion. Set your hands right under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And before we begin moving, just bring a little attention to core, drawing up, supporting, nice long spine. And then we'll take a few rolls through the spine, starting by lifting the head and tail, arching. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch, and send the right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend, up and back. From here, shift your weight forward, dip part way or all the way to the floor, and then press up from there. Knee in, extend. Go forward to dip down. If going all the way is too much, just go a couple of inches and then push up from there. Knee in. Extend. One more time, dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend, and then roll your hip open, reaching toes to the sidewall. You can stay here on two hands, or take your left hand back, kick your foot into your hand, letting it open up through your shoulder, your hip, little back bend. Pull up away from the hand that's on the floor so you're not collapsing into those joints. And then gently release. Arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips. Belly in, supporting the back. And then release. Hands and knees, sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that right wrist a little rub or circle. And then come back up. Back to hands and knees, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, lift the head and tail. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curve. Now, inhale, arch, and send the left leg back. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dip forward to go down. Press up. Knee in. Extend. Dip down, any amount. Press up. Knee in. Extend. One more time, dip down. Press up. Knee in. Extend, and then roll your hip open. You can stay on two hands, or take your right hand back, catch your foot, and kick your foot into your hand. Little upper back arch, back bend, hip opener, balance, a lot happening. With everything that's happening, can you relax your face and slow down your breath? Gently release, arm forward, leg back, square off shoulders and hips. Take your whole spine a little further away from the floor, pulling up. And then release hands and knees, sink back to child's pose. Maybe give that left wrist a little circle or rock. Rub. And then with arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Explore within each pose, finding what's interesting. How does this best work for your body? Walk your hands around over to the other side. Glue the left hand to the floor and then pull back through your left hip, stretching left side. And back to center. Let's lift up through table and then come back to downward facing dog. Take your time getting into this first down dog of class. You may want to move around a little, pedal out the feet or shift your hips side to side. Feel what you are doing. See if you can catch yourself just going through the motions and then come back to full presence. What am I actually feeling here? Let's walk hands and feet towards one another and hang in Ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. Take any arm position here, including support through your arms. Any movement, is there a way that you could move that helps you release? Bend your knees a little bit more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Let's step up to the front of the mat. We'll come into mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet can be together or apart. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Drawing in and up. And take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold forward, swan dive down. Inhale, lengthen, part way up. Step or hop your feet back, coming through high push-up. Lower down, chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Feel free to take an extra couple breaths here. Exploring this first back bend. How is this in your body? Come back to down dog when you're ready. And then settle into a good rest, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting, something else, any neutral shape. And each rest, choose a shape where you come back to presence, come back to ease. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back. Lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. This time from down dog, when you're ready, take your right leg up. Bend your knee to your chest and start circling this bent right knee. Feel free to do this from hands and knees if that would work better, or from your forearms. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times, big circles, pulling the hips up and back as you do. Take your leg a little higher, and then a big step forward, high lunge. Feel free to adjust your footing when you're ready, arms up. Hips sink low. Let's grab the left wrist and take it across for a little side bend. Come over to the other side. Grab your right wrist, take it across. And then back to center. Interlace your fingers behind your back. Lift the chest. Hips low, heart high. Release arms up, tip forward, standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square, with the upper body letting go, like Ragdoll. Let your head hang, let your neck release. Reach that left leg straighter, longer, higher. Let the upper body soften. One more breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Drop the back heel. Inhale, arms up. Settle in, sink low. One more breath. Release. Make your way to down dog. Each transition, you get to choose how you move, take the time you need. Can you stay present? From down dog, left leg sweeps up. Bend your knee in and start circling. Modify, adjust in whatever way you need to. If this works better for you from hands and knees, do that. Or from your forearms. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. Circle your ankle a few times. Big circles. Both directions. Take your leg a little higher, and then a big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Settle in, sink low. Let's grab the right wrist and take it over for a little side bend. Same thing other side. Grab your left wrist, take it across. Back to center. Interlace fingers behind your back. Other thumb on top this time, the way you don't normally cross. Feel what's dropping, what's grounding here, what's lifting. Last breath. Release arms up. Tip forward. Standing splits. Stretch that right leg as straight and long and high as you can. And keep releasing. Is there more to let go of? Even within the effort, doing exactly what you're doing, can there be ease? Big step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Sink low. One more breath. Release. Make your way to down dog through any movement transition. And then back to a good rest, whatever that is for you. If it's useful, you might close your eyes. Invite yourself back. Just here, just this. Last deep breath in and out. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. Big yawning reach past the fingers, nice long neck. Reach a little further out to come up and release down. Same thing other side. Big reach. Strong legs, strong core. Reach a little further out to come up. Release down. Let's interlace fingers. Press out through the palms. Take your arms up by your ears, but shoulders drop. So arms as straight as you can, long as you can, but long neck. Rise up onto your toes for a little balance, whether you lift the heels just a little or all the way. Stable, strong core, soft face, soft shoulders. And then begin to fold forward, staying in balance on the toes. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet. Might be the upper legs, you might fold deeper. Try not to overstretch your hamstrings. A little bend in the knees could be useful. You get to decide how low you go. Breathing right where you are. And then release. Drop your hands, drop your heels, drop your head. Let that go. Let's bend the knees and come into chair, Utkatasana. Hips low, head high, strong core supporting you. One more breath here. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. From here, let's open out warrior two, shifting hips and arms to the side. Expanding from fingertip to fingertip, from head to tail. Flip the right palm to face the ceiling, reverse warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle. One more deep breath here. Let's pull back up to standing, come through warrior two and into extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, rotate the top arm, take it overhead. So you have a nice long line through the whole left side. If there's a different variation you would prefer, you're welcome to bring the bottom hand to the floor or bind or take something else. One more breath here. Let's release, hands to the floor, step up, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel free to grab a block for your bottom hand or bend your bottom leg or both. When you're ready, roll open through the top shoulder, extend that top arm high. One more breath. Let's release. Make your way back to down dog. However you get there, feel what you are doing. Take the time you need. From down dog, left leg sweeps up. One breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Open out, warrior two. And then take your time, check your alignment. Fully inhabiting your body, feeling what you are doing. Flip the left palm, reverse warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle. Doing your best, working with your body as it is right now. Last breath here. Let's pull up through the top arm. Warrior two into extended side angle. Forearm to thigh, top arm rotates and comes overhead. Try not to collapse into your bottom arm, instead push into it. And then again, if you did take a different variation on the other side, you're welcome. Feel where you are. Last breath here. Release. Make your way to half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Shift your weight into the left foot. Start to roll open through the right hip, through the right shoulder, expanding long through the right arm. One more breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog, however you get there. Let's settle into a good resting pose, whether that's down dog, child's pose, sitting. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog and then into a high push-up position. We're going to lower all the way down. You can turn your head to one side, maybe rest your Head on your hands, your arms back by your legs so you're relaxed, letting go. And we'll do some back strengthening exercises here. In between, we'll rest. Let the rest be just as important as the effort, the letting go. So you can turn your head to neutral. Extend the arms forward, extend the legs back, getting as long as possible, and then reach out to come up. You don't have to come high, but get long, really lengthened through your head and your tailbone, your fingers and your toes. Try and have your arms by your ears. You might drop your head a little, lift the arms a little. Really long. And then release. Head to the other side, letting go fully. Okay, let's stretch arms forward again, legs back again. We'll lift up again, but this time legs all the way together. Big toes touching, inner legs touching. Reach out to come up. Doesn't have to be high, but really work those legs together. Strengthening the inner line. Keep the legs squeezing together. Take the arms out to the side, letting the chest come a little higher. Reach hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and then reach back through the knuckles. Still forward through the top of the head, so the back of the neck is long. Legs squeezing together. Keep the legs together as you release the arms back out to the side. Back even with the ears. And then release. Letting go fully. Maybe a little shake or rock helping you let go. Let's bend the knees and reach back for the outsides of the feet for bow, unless this is not a good idea for you, in which case you might try cobra instead. Try and have the legs just hip width apart. Kick your feet into your hands. Let the strength of your legs lift you up. When this feels finished, come down and rest. You're welcome to stay resting or come up one more time. Either same thing or maybe a different belly down back bend, Sphinx or Cobra, or some more gentle options if you prefer. Whenever the pose feels complete, come down and rest. And after this last one, you might take a little windshield wiper side to side with the lower legs, helping the lower back release. And then let's press back to child's pose, spreading the lower back. Feel free to take any movement here if you want to take that side stretch from the beginning of class, or rabbit pose, grabbing the heels and pulling against them to round. Let's lift up to table, and we'll get set up for a twist. Thread the needle. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, lift the left arm up, and then curl from fingertips down. Thread it right behind your right wrist and keep going until you come down onto your shoulder and side of your head. You can push the right hand into the floor or into the bottom forearm. And find how this works for you. To release, slowly unwind, come back through neutral. You might take a few rolls through the spine. Come back to neutral spine, and then same thing other sides. So right arm lifts up, curl from fingertips down, thread it through, come onto your shoulder and side of your head, pushing the left hand into the floor or bottom forearm, or taking it up or back. Explore here. What's interesting? Sometimes it's immediately obvious what's going on inside a pose, and sometimes it takes some experimenting. Let's release, unwind. A few rolls through the spine. Feel free to take any other front to back or side to side movement. And then we'll come back up through down dog and take this twist a little bit deeper. Dying warrior. So we're going to take the right leg and thread it out to the left. And keep going until you come all the way down onto the right outer hip. Right leg is straight, parallel to the front of the mat. If you can keep the left toes tucked under, that can help roll the left hip down. If that's too much, you can always untuck. And then we're going to try and square off the chest towards the front. It's a very deep twist, so just go as deeply into it as feels right for you. You might stay upright on the hands. You might come down onto your forearms. And if you want a really, really deep twist, you can add the arms from the last pose, threading your left arm out to the right. And this gets pretty tight, so you get to moderate how deeply you want to go into it. I find this pose a little bit anxiety-provoking. It's hard to breathe, it's a tight situation. And so then I get to notice what happens to me reactivity-wise in this kind of tight situation and find my way from an anxiety response back to presence. Can I slow down my breath? Can I relax my face? And this is a safe place to do this practice, because if the answer is no, I can't, then just come out of it, or come out of it enough so that you can. Can I stay with what's happening even when it's uncomfortable? And then really paying attention as you exit, as you release, feeling that flush of heat, of aliveness, of spaciousness as you unwind. First the upper body, then the lower body, coming back to down dog. And feel free to take any movement. Just like life, coming out of a tight situation can feel very relieving. Okay, when you're ready, same thing other side. Left leg threads out to the right. Keep going until you come all the way down onto the outside of the hip. Roll that right hip down as if you're trying to square your hips. They're not going to square, just going in that direction. Square off the chest as much as you can towards the front. You might stay on your hands or come down to your elbows. So we're putting ourselves in a tight situation, then practicing feeling spaciousness. Can I still open? If you want to go further, you're welcome to. Thread that right arm out to the left. You get to choose your challenge every moment. You can always back out a little or all the way. But while you are feeling what you are feeling, can you surrender? And that's different than checking out or dissociating. See if you can feel fully and open. And if you're not sure what that is, a shortcut is, can you relax your face and slow down your breath? And then really paying attention as you release, feeling that relief, flush of energy, heat, opening, making your way to down dog, however you get there. Take the movement that helps you integrate what you've just done. Let's make our way to sitting. And all the way onto our backs. You can bring your knees to your chest. Give the knees a little circle, a rock. Feel what's touching the floor. Nice massage for the lower back and sacrum. We are getting towards the end of class, so this is a really good time to do exactly what you want to do. I'll keep suggesting things, but you can use my suggestions or not, as always. So if you'd like to take a back bend, you might take bridge or supported bridge, feet hip-width apart, parallel. Press your feet down, lift your hips up. Once your hips are high enough, interlace your fingers behind your back, shrug your shoulders underneath you. You can stay here or slide a block under. You could take wheel, any back bend. Feel what you are doing. Take the time you need to do it. Each time you're finished something, you can just check in. What now? Might keep going with back bends for a while. You might move on to some kind of counter stretch. Could be happy baby, could be a forward fold, could be a twist. The end of the practice is a good time to try and listen to what your body needs. We've just spent some time getting in our bodies, opening up communication. So this is a good place to just even practice asking, what do I need now? And even if you don't get an answer, it's a good practice. Maybe you have to ask 100 times before you start to hear a little whisper of an answer. Whatever you find yourself doing, feeling that fully. If you want to finish with an inversion, you want to take a twist, you want to take a restorative pose, maybe some self-massage. Is there a part of your body that could use some help letting go? And at any time, you can start getting ready for Shavasana, your final resting pose. Getting as comfortable as you can, which may include adjusting your clothing, grabbing extra props, covering up with something. Eventually settling into stillness, letting go of the control of your breath, letting the weight of your body release.
Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, and then eventually stretch out long through arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in, roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today.